Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tim Kittro.
And I'm Chechi Betcher.
And thank you for joining us on this week's Fantasy Action News Network Special Edition. Tonight's top story, Tom Brady's 4-game suspension overturned by a federal judge. Fantasy league owners everywhere are rejoicing at this news, but it does come with a wave of backlash. Apparently, the entire New England organization has been on Ashley Madison because they're all a bunch of damn dirty cheaters.
In other news today, the draft games came out with a little bit of controversy, seeing that an auto drafter received the top grade. Here's a breakdown for you right here.
That's right, Chet. Bill Cosby's sleepers out to a very early win in the season with an A+ grade on their draft schedule.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, seeing as that he did in fact auto draft, and then you got Free Brady down with an F. Oof.
Yeah, you got to really think a guy that's willing to name his team after a controversial, high-profile figure like Tom Brady. Really got to be rejoicing today in that news of that 4-game suspension being overturned.
Yeah, that's really going to help him. Definitely in the short term, anyway. What do you think of this $5 footlong?
Really, I think a B grade is probably being generous this year. Clearly, last year they had a fluke bout of luck. Early season pickup of Eddie Lacy really carried their team. This year, I don't see them having that high-profile player, and I definitely don't see them making it past the playoffs, possibly a candidate for the Succo.
Well, I have to disagree with you here. I think they have a real chance at, going the distance. I can see him being Huffle Puffle. I like to see him, And, there's definitely worse teams out there, So Tim, what do you think of Elevator Beats by Ray?
Chet, I really think they have a good team, a solid background with Ray Rice not being on the team this year. Seems a little bit of an elevated status to give them a B. But, I think with a solid background of their coaching staff and their front office work, really could be a contender this year.
Yeah, I kind of think they're the middle of the pack, They're definitely not going to get the You Suck trophy.
Definitely not. No, they're not in the Succo this year.
No.
Really, truly, the only teams I see in the Succo are Free Brady, clearly. Early on, they may get a few pity points with Brady being back in. And Abdullah Blangata, clearly an absolute well-deserved D. I personally, D- would have been more to my liking, but clearly, I'd have to say my two favorites this year would be the Mighty Unicorn Dogs and T-Town Domination. What are your thoughts on top two picks?
Those two teams are pretty solid. They got a C+ and a C. That's all right. I mean, it's respectable. It's respectable. But I got to say, I think Huffle Puffle is gonna. That's my pick. I think they're gonna win it all this year.
Huffle Puffle could go the distance. I think really it all goes back to Unicorn Dogs last year selling out their franchise, moving the team from Denver back to Miami.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
Was not a good move. Rebranding, I think that was actually a great choice on the front office and the league manager part. The assistant to the league manager. Mr. Gooden was an incredible turnaround pickup for them. Really brought that team out of the toilet last year.
Well, I hear some trades with $5 footlong is what got him out of the woods there.
It could, early on in the season, I think you're right. The great trade negotiations brought him out from a mediocre year to a salvageable year.
And speaking of trades, Abdullah Blangata has a little controversy surrounding him with trades.
Yes, breaking news story. More on that coming up next after these commercial breaks. And now we take you out to our Fantasy Action News sports reporter, Tim the Slim Jim. Tim, how's it going out there?
All right, so multiple guys in the DKHL League have come forward with allegations of non-consensual trade agreements. This is huge. The medulla oblongata thinks he can just force his trade on anybody in the league. He can't do this. What's wrong with him? Is he crazy?
Timothy, don't you have some interview footage with the non-consensual trade victim?
That's right, I caught up with Byron Good, the owner of the Unicorn Dogs, to see what he thought about the non-consensual trade allegations. Here he comes now. Let's see if he has anything to say. Mr. Good, what would you like to say about the forced trade agreement?
No comment, man. Come on, get out of here.
Nothing for the prequel?
No comment, man.
Nothing happened, all right? Just leave me alone. And there you have it. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that report and update, Timmy. Fans, we urge you to take a good look at the mugshots for these individuals above. Clearly not their first run-in with league bylaws, and I feel like the commissioner needs to set a strong precedent and have these voices heard.
Yeah. If you have any information, we set up a hotline. Please call it. We need to find out who's responsible for this and hold them accountable.
Fans, that concludes our nightly broadcast here at Fantasy Action Network. I'm Tim Kitcherow.
And I'm Shane Betcher.
And don't forget to set those lines.